everyone.
Happy Easter.
It's so great to see everyone here. Oh my God.
Happy Easter. The lighting is beautiful. It's wonderful, Renee and Anthony.
Beautiful. That's awesome. Well, it's lovely to see so many dear friends on this Zoom call, as well as some newbies. So just welcome to this very exciting channeling that we're going to do, that we have a little bit of an idea of what's going to happen, but not exactly, because we are not in control. Do you want to say something?
Do I want to say something? I want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you for showing up. This is pretty awesome. I love being able to see everybody here. Asil, thank you for coming. Tariq, I see. We have some great singers too. Beautiful singers that are going to sing as well.
Yes, absolutely. We will announce them in a minute. We're just waiting for, well, people are still popping on. I think we had about 55 or so total. So a few people may, will this be recorded? Yes, that's the plan. That is the plan anyway. Oh, and there's Ken. For those who do not know Ken from New Living Expo, Ken just joined. It's the first time he's ever joined any of our sessions. Welcome, Ken. We love you. We love New Living Expo. So if you have not been, you must go. It's been moved to October. There's my little plug. I love his event so much. So thank you for being here. So for the newbies, because there are some newbies, why don't we talk just a little bit about who we channel and then what we're going to do today.
Okay, so who we channel, that's a good one. Actually, today we're going to focus on Mary of Magdalene energy will be coming through. That energy's been coming through a lot lately. And about 2 nights ago, she came through and she was speaking to Renee and myself for about an hour and a half.
Which is the longest she has stayed, in one particular channeling session. So it was pretty profound. She obviously knew her energy, her soul. She's obviously no longer a she in the other realms, but her soul knew we were doing this today and is pretty excited about the message around the rise of the divine feminine. So
I feel like she's been preparing us for this particular day, and preparing Renee and myself to have these messages come through us. Of course, I have to let myself go and just let her talk. She's, as I always say, she's a force to be reckoned with.
Very strong energy,
yes,
very strong energy. So we anticipate and expect, because our spirit team is our spirit team, and those who are new to who we channel, it's largely the ascended masters that humanity across cultures know well. So you can imagine, and any of the ascended masters you can think of, we have channeled pretty much.
Yeah.
They often come through, but they come through collectively and speak as one voice.
Just for some of the movies, the energy will come through, actually Renee first. It comes through her crown chakra, solar plexus into my solar plexus, and then back up. It forms a three-dimensional triangle. That's how they talk, that's how they communicate, and that's how they heal as well. And they're going to teach that way.
Yeah. So
So it really is a combination of divine feminine and divine masculine coming together.
So now the reason we decided Easter, as those of you who know us well know, there's no religious dogma in anything that we do, far from it. But I just mentioned that because of some of the energies that do come through. And why Easter? Because it's kind of a play on the resurrection. And so the resurrection in this case that we are honoring today is the resurrection and the rise of the divine feminine. And it's no surprise that we have so many women on this call, which is pretty exciting. So the rise of the divine feminine and the balancing of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And that is so critical right now. It's not an accident that we are in hibernation. That's a collective consciousness, really, that has come through so that we have a time to go inward, reflect, and really, as humanity, get back into balance. That's been the consistent message of all of our guides over and over and over again, that we've been so out of balance that this collective consciousness brought this through. And this is the time to reflect and go inward, and we are going to be so much stronger on the other side. Do you want to add to that?
Well, yesterday I was watching Saturday Night Live, not the New York, but Saturday Night Live here in Marin. Was it?
Deborah
Yeah.
Giusti organizes, and Ken was on that call. Lisa Barnett, who's here, she was also on the call last night.
And what I got out of that, the takeaway is that a lot of what people are saying is very similar to what a lot of the teachers are saying, as spiritual teachers, that this is a wake-up call. I feel like it's another wake-up call, that we are needing to, again, go inward, and so we can go actually outward and connect with our spirit guides, connect with our higher selves, connect with universal consciousness, and
remember who we are. Remember the power that we have. You know, I think the key is that we have to remember we are spirit first and human second, and our culture third. And if we can really remember that from a soul level, the way that we interact and we show up in the world will literally be transformative.
yes, I think that's one of the main messages our guides will always give also.
Yeah.
That you are spirit first, you are human second, and everything else you're third. And if you can keep that and resonate with that you are this divine being, and not forget that, because they're always telling Renee and myself, remember who you are. And that remembrance is who we truly are.
At a soul level.
Yes.
And when we remember that, we get aligned. When we're aligned, we show up differently. And how we show up as spirit first means that there's no judgment, there's no prejudice, there's no difference, there's no separation between us and anybody else. So we are all connected, and we are part of this universal consciousness, call it source, whatever you want to call it, whatever that is for you. That's the interconnectedness we're talking about.
And that was the messages that both Yeshua and Mary of Magdala were giving during that time as well.
2,000 years ago, the same message.
Yeah, and it comes through again as the same exact message, that we are not separate from source energy, but we are that source energy. We are the love. We are both this beautiful masculine and feminine energies coming together as one to heal and to teach. And they always want us to know that.
Yeah, and all of us have that power within us. So those of you who know anything about the energy of Magdalene will know about the Gnostic Gospels and the Gnostic teachings that were found in an Egyptian cave in 1945. And a lot of that teaching that the church had kept quiet for so long was because of that fear that people would have the power and know that that inner knowing, that spiritual awakening, that knowing was inside of us. We didn't need to go outside to find peace, inner joy, and enlightenment.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main messages, that the temple is within us, that we are the temple itself. And we only need to look no further than who we are. And in that, we're able to connect with the father, the mother, the daughter, the brother,
The goddess.
the goddess, the God, whatever that source energy is, that we are that source energy. And many times, I would say not many times, but the church did not want anybody to know this. And as a result, they would label her as, well, and not in such a good light. I'm not sure if she'll come through and talk about that so much. She does sometimes become emotional.
The reason that there's emotion is that she tells us that though she is channeling through other people, there's no one else that she's channeled through where she can see, feel, taste. And so there is a lot of emotion in that regard.
Yeah.
So I think that's really, so the agenda today is essentially, we'll bring our guides through, we'll bring Mary Magdalene through, Anthony will go into a trance, and whatever her energy will say, we'll see, and the Ascended Masters, and then we'll take questions. So we are live streaming this on Facebook right now, but anyone who's on Facebook, apologies, we have no one to manage that feed. And so the only questions we'll be able to take are those of us who are in the Zoom room.
Right.
So just bear that in mind. I just, next
And you're
time,
recording this.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not.
There we go.
Oops. Not recording. Okay. That wasn't working. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have some music here. So Katie Baker, you can see her, Katie Lynn Baker. She's got her microphone and her headset on. She's going to be singing first. And then afterwards, after questions, Sarah Cruz, the beautiful, amazing Sarah Cruz, is going to sing a song that she wrote. It's an original. And then Deborah Crooks is also going to sing an original as well at the very end and take us home with guitar. And then at the end, and this was Magdalene's idea, we're going to have a toast. Now, this is not something they ever did in any church that I remember. So, so whatever it is, that's why we sent out a note, bring something to toast. If it's kombucha or tea or whatever it is for you, we will be having wine as our toast, or even champagne, but whatever works for you at the end, we're going to have a toast. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Let's get started. Let's have some fun.
Yes.
Remember, the whole idea also of the spiritual journeys is to have fun. We want to have a good time. We want to smile. We want to stay in a really beautiful vibrational light pattern. And we want to
keep the vibration high, right? This is the time. The reason we're all here is we're plugging into a field of love. We're plugging into a field of higher consciousness. And this is where we want to stay. This is why we're all here today, connected as a community, is so that we plug into this field of higher vibration, not one of fear.
No, not one of fear.
So, yay.
We're going to ride the wave of love.
So I think next we'll have Katie kick us off with a song. And so when she's singing, if everyone can mute their microphones, and then after that, I'm just going to lead us into a very short meditation, about 5 minutes or less. And then while that's happening, as you guys know, whenever we're connecting, Anthony will go into trance and then we'll start. Yay. Oh, Celestine, so nice to see you, honey. Yay, there's Celestine. Okay. All right, Katie, you're on. I'm going to, let's see, I need to pin you, I believe. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pin Katie if I can find her.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'm pinning. Can everybody see that it's Katie on the main screen, hopefully? There she is.
There you are.
Uh-oh.
Yes, here's my connection. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Great. So, hi everyone. Happy day. Renee asked me to say a little bit about this song before I get started. If my audio's but I just wanted to say a little bit about this song before I sing it. So it's called Sweet Afton. This is a poem by a Scottish lyricist named Robert Burns. It's written in like the late 1700s, and it's about an actual river in Ayrshire in Scotland. It's often sung to the tune of Away in a Manger, but the tune that I am more fond of and familiar with is by a band called Nickel Creek. I'm sorry to include this song in today's ceremony. It sort of came to me earlier this week while I was noodling around, delighted by how perfectly it speaks to today's themes, specifically painting a picture of the divine feminine lying in sleep, lying in chaos of spring. And when I listen to these lyrics, I don't just hear the singer describing a scene of a woman lying asleep on the banks of the Afton. I hear the singer beseeching through song the elements and the creatures to treat her gently and not disturb her sleep. So It is my intention with this song that it be an invocation of the spirits, guides, and guardians of the four elements, of water honoring our emotions, of wind honoring our minds, of the sun honoring our passion, and most of all, to invoke the spirits, guardians, and guides of the earth, honoring the physical. So with this song, I also honor the spirit of Mary Magdalene and give thanks for the gifts of insight that we receive consciously and unconsciously as we pursue healing and balance for ourselves and our world. And Renee and Anthony, thank you so much for facilitating this. Are we still good on sound, Renee? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
It is breaking in and out. Somebody said to mute your video, but I'm not really sure how to mute your video.
I can turn.
You can do that.
My video off.
You turn your video off. And
Yeah, stop the vid. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Bummer that we can't
How's
hear though.
that? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sing. Thanks for your patience, everyone. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by thy murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. Thou stark dove whose echo resounds through the glen. O ye wild whistling blackbirds in yon thorny den. Thou green crested lapwing, thy screaming forbear. I charge you, disturb not my slumbering fair. Sweet Afton, thy neighboring hills, far marked with the courses of clear winding rills. There daily I wander as noon rises high. Ooh, my flocks and my Mary's sweet caught in my eye. How pleasant thy banks and green valleys below, where wild in the woodlands the primroses blow. There oft as mild evening sweeps over the lea, the sweet scented birk shades my Mary and me. Though thy crystal stream, Afton, how lovely it glides, and winds by the cot where my Mary resides. How wanton thy waters her holy feet lave, as gathering sweet flave. Flow gently, sweet Afton, among thy green braes. Flow gently, sweet river, the theme of my lays. My Mary's asleep by thy murmuring stream, so flow gently, sweet Afton.
Did we lose her?
I'm here.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you for a moment.
Okay,
There was
perfect.
something wrong with Zoom in general. Everything kind of froze a bit for maybe quite a few people.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you very, very
That was
much.
beautiful, Katie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
just that your voice is so amazing and so celestial. It just like out-circuited everything. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm glad it came through at least a little bit.
Yay.
Always nervous on Zoom.
I know.
You're telling me.
So, okay. So we're just going to do a really short meditation right now as Anthony starts to connect to our guides. And let me just change the view here. Okay. All right. I can hear them. They're half in and half out right now. So if everyone wants to just sit in a comfortable place and find their center, find their ground. Just feel into your centers and take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Imagine yourself sinking deeply into that center, into your core, sinking deeply into Mother Earth and her roots. Imagine yourself as the divine love and light that you are. You're so radiant. You're so bright that your light will amplify and pave the way for others. Invoke that white light and see yourself as the doorway. You are that portal of this light to higher dimensions. Imagine yourself effortlessly emanating this light. You know that you are not separate from all that is. You know that you are not separate from universal consciousness. Stay within this frequency of light. Every cell and fiber of your body is a conduit for love and light. See that light flowing through you, acting as that portal for others to follow. So it is. So Anthony's connecting now.
It is always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us.
Hi guys.
You do look pretty today, don't you?
Thank you. Guys, we're actually on screen. We are on screen at
We
the
know
moment.
why we're here.
It's Easter.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
You are holding the resurrection of the female energy, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
How delightful.
So right now it is our guides, which largely make up ascended masters, collectively speaking as one voice. And they're just going to pick up everyone's energy right now so they can see who's on the call. And Sarita, yes, I'm happy to send a copy of that meditation, no problem. They're just picking up all of your frequencies.
It is always an honor, a privilege, and a delight to be among those of light, such as yourselves, to know that you are of source energy, that you are of God and goddess energy, that you know that you do not have a separation between love and who you are, for you are the brightness that shines upon this planet at these times of distress. Shine your light brightly to all of those who seek it. For those whom you heal, you shall be healed as well. We know who you are waiting for. She is standing very close. She has waited this time for many, many thousands of years, hundreds of years, thousands of years, to be able to come through, to teach, to heal, to feel, to cry, to laugh, to eat, to drink again. And she will come through Renee and into Anthony. She's a strong energy, as she was once on the earth plane, she is now as well.
Do you want to explain how she's part of the collective whole, but how when you speak collectively as one voice, how it's different when her energy comes through to speak?
Yes, we will say this. We speak as one, as a collective whole. However, when one decides to come through, one energy, one soul, we merely step back a little bit and let that energy come forward. We step back, it comes forward and speaks as one. We all speak together now as one collective consciousness, as one soul. But when Mary of Magdala comes through and when Yeshua comes through, each will speak individually as its own source energy.
As its own soul. So it's the soul of that.
Yes, it is. It is
Yeah.
the soul of that particular energy that's coming through.
Yeah.
You are correct.
I just wanted to clarify for people.
We are taking hold of Anthony's auric field.
So they kind of plug into his auric field, if you like.
You could say plug in if you want. We wouldn't really say that anymore. We kind of just merge in the frequencies, that's all. A drink, please.
Yeah, they're much more integrated than they've ever been.
Of course we are. You've been working very hard for this, haven't you? We told you what you would become.
Here.
We told them what they would become. Their teachers and the healers.
They're still not used to the Zoom thing and having to look.
We are getting better. Yeah. Are there any questions for us before Mary comes through?
Yeah, are there any questions? You can either unmute your microphone, that's fine. Just make sure when you're done to mute it back again, or you can type it into the window here, or you can raise your hand.
And she comes.
Just one is from Celestine, the message from Magdalene. So I guess she just wants Magdalene to be here.
And so she shall. 1 second, please.
Okay.
1 second.
And our guides will be back. So they're going to bring her forth, her energy forth now.
She will come forth.
And our guides will be back later, actually. I'm sure.
Hello, how are you?
Good.
It is good to see you again.
Good to see you also.
Did I not tell you that this would become who you are? Did I not say the divine feminine and divine masculine would once again come together?
You did.
And here we are, aren't we?
Yes.
It is good to see everyone there. I am happy. I am joyful, especially upon this day of the resurrection. The resurrection. That is something we could speak about if you like. But I know that you have a lot of questions for me.
Well, why don't you, I think we have time for both. If you would like to deliver a message, and then we can take questions.
A message. I can deliver a message. Yes, indeed. The message is this. It has been, as you say, over 2,000 years now. And you know how I was portrayed by some of the religions. I can tell you this. None of it is true. I am here to give you the truth as you know it in this particular time and in this particular realm. I will give to you all that you need to know. I will give you my love, my messages of faith and hope. For the messages really haven't changed so much. But what has changed is humanity. Humanity has changed. It is now on the precipice, the cusp of becoming something great. You do know that this pandemic is not by coincidence. It is something that is here that is called forth by the consciousness of Gaia. And who is Gaia, do you say? Well, I will say this to you, and I said this so many times before, that you are Gaia. You are a part of Gaia. You are not separate from her. For everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you think, all of your intentions are heard and they are recorded. Now, your planet is being bombarded by energies that are not of the light, if I can say that. It has been like that for a while. However, now is the time to become part of this light, part of this explosion of goddess. For I am here now to tell you, become the goddess that you truly are. Do not forget your femininity. For all of the male energies that are there as well, remember who you are. In essence, you are not male, you are not female, but you are a combination of both. When I was upon this earth, I, along with Yeshua, we performed our teachings together. We performed our healings together. For he taught me and I taught him as well. The great Isis, the energies of the great Isis, I gave unto him. And for we exchanged the Ka, we exchanged the yin and the yang to become one beautiful energy together. And that is what we are doing now at this time. For I come through the divine feminine and into the divine masculine again. And I am here to tell you, for the messages are of love. They have always been of love. What we called it back then, the Father, I will call it now the Father, the Mother, the Goddess and the God, for they are all together, aren't they, Renee? And there is no difference between you and the Goddess. I want all of you to know that you are the Goddess and that I am Mary of Magdala. And much of that you have read about me is true. I have done many of these things and then some. Some things have not been reported, but I am here now. I am here waiting to come to all of you. You ask and I shall come to you, for I am coming through many now because they ask. Anthony really is a good soul, isn't he? He doesn't like me sometimes. I'm a bit forceful, but he understands the reason why I'm here. As I would speak back then, I speak now. Of course, I talk too much, they would say to me. But you want to know why? Because I was the teacher as well, and they were the disciples. They were the apostles. But you know the story already, don't you? You understand how women were treated. Yes, you have a question.
Well, it seems, so I'm going to circumvent so that we can talk about, because there's 3 questions in a row about the resurrection, and then Deborah and Tariq will get back to your questions. So speaking about the resurrection and the message about that.
The resurrection of whom? Are you speaking about my resurrection? Because I would like to speak about that.
I don't think that's what they mean.
I know what they mean. Just as much as I am being resurrected today through the divine feminine and the divine masculine, so was Yeshua resurrected as well. In that message was the message of love, that all must become of love, that there is no distinction between masculine and feminine. But they did not understand, but they're listening today. Because here I am here to tell you that this is the divine gospel, the divine message that I gave back then. Now you wish to know about the resurrection. What is it that you want to know exactly? Did it really occur?
Well, maybe you could speak to them about what you shared with us about the Ka body and how that was something that came forth.
The Ka body is a body that is given to each other through sexual acts of love. You give yourself to each other. You exchange your energies. For I was a great practicer and practitioner. I was of the Isis energy. We know that many of you don't understand some of these things, but there are many of you who do understand. For it was also the mother of Yeshua who was a part of this great divine feminine energy. For she too was an adept of Isis, and so was I as well. For she sought me to give my teachings to Yeshua for what he would become and what he would have to endure. For it was my energy and his combined that truly kept him going, even when he hung upon the cross. I will maintain my composure. Now you ask about the resurrection. We know what you want. I know what it is that you're asking. Do you wish to know whether the body itself really was resurrected? Did it actually disappear? How was that possible? What am I to say? I will tell you these things to you, and I will teach you in time, but I will tell these things unto you, that the body did actually dematerialize. It was planned, it was completed, and the Ka body itself did resurrect. It did come back to life. Now, Yeshua, when he was walking upon the earth and he came to me, I did not recognize him. For I took him as someone else, for he looked real.
Even though it was the Ka body.
That is correct. That was the strength that both he and I gave unto each other so that this could be performed.
So the Ka body is, if you haven't read the Magdalene transcripts by Tom Kenyon, the Ka body is our spirit body. And some people are able to see that. And his Ka body was so strong because of the process.
It is both the spirit and the soul that is together again. And we will go on, and I will tell you more about these things as time goes on.
Okay, so let's see. How can we help others to heal, especially at this challenging time, says Deborah, asked Deborah.
Deborah.
Not Deborah Juicy, another Deborah.
Deborah.
Yes.
Deborah.
Although Deborah Juicy is here. We love you.
What can you do to heal others during these times of struggles, as you say? Well, that is a question that is what they used to ask to me as well, to Yeshua. What can we do to heal each other?
And to also heal, this is from Tariq, which is very similar and related, healing for the current crisis. So healing each other and for this crisis at this time.
Are you not doing it now? For I did with Yeshua and the disciples walk miles upon miles to teach, to heal, and to be with others. As you do this now, we are here with you. We tell you this, and I will tell you this as well, that we are you, that I am you as well. For the divine feminine, divine masculine come together as one. There is no distance. There is no space and time. You are the space and time. Again, this was the main message that we, both I and Yeshua, tried to give, but many could not understand it. They continue to think that they were separate, but they were not. It is in this time that you must open up your hearts. Open up the heart chakra. Open up the third eye. Open up the crown. And allow love to come through to you, all of you, through your prayers, through your meditations. Ask that we come to you, and we will. And then you take that energy and you give it to others so that you may heal as well. For you are all healers. You truly are, you know.
Let's see. Celestine wants to know about the ancient Mari priestesses and their connection to Yeshua.
1 second, please.
Who are you bringing forth? Are you in the Akash?
Yes, I am.
She's in the Akashic records right now, Celestine. So just,
Priestesses,
yes.
Mari. They were mine. They were of me.
Isis energy.
I am of the Isis. I am that energy, and they were my priestesses. They are the priestesses that taught many women in secrecy. They did not allow these knowledge, this learning to go too far. For this was a sacred knowledge, a knowledge that is secret. And I am surprised that you know this. I am Isis energy. I see your resonance, and I know your energy well.
That's right, Celestine.
Now, this energy was given unto Yeshua as well. It was passed on to him through Mary of Magdala. This was a strong energy, a forceful energy, and might I say, one of, as I will tell you these things, of the galactic as well. That is sufficient now.
A lot of times they'll use hand gestures so that I know who's coming through in advance on our way to communicate.
That is very good, isn't it? These are the priestesses, the most holy, the most sacred, and the most secretive, that did work under and the knowledge given to them through the Isis energy. This was exactly the Isis energy that was given unto Mary, the mother, and Mary of Magdala as well. And it was shared with Yeshua and with only him and no others. For only he knew this energy. That is why, and I will say this to you, that I was his favorite. I really was, you know. I was his favorite. And they didn't like that.
The apostles.
No, of course not. But they knew it, and that's enough.
So Lisa, she's asking a personal question, which I think we'll table that with so many people on the call, because once we go into anything about soul's purpose, it's actually pretty time consuming, because the guides would need to come through and connect to the Akashic records, and it's pretty time consuming for this particular call. So I just thought I would throw that out there. So
You are in charge, aren't you?
well, just I think to focus on, because it's that could take a little bit of time for so many people on the call. And then Chase asks, what is the best way to call in your energy individually and collectively to then anchor into life moving forward? So Chase, are you speaking into calling the collective views from other universes and other timelines into this particular timeline? Is that what you mean by that?
Yeah, it's just grounding or anchoring your energy, Mary, more
Yeah.
strongly into our lives, both individually and then also for kind of the collective rising of the feminine for the ascension process as well.
Well, the first thing you must do is you must ground yourself, and you will call upon me and I will come to you. I will not come to you unless you decide to have me. You must focus your energies upon me and me only, and then I shall come to you.
The intention is such a big part of this about who comes through to guide you, because we all have so many different guides.
Now anchor yourself. Open your heart. That is the most important thing that you can do. Open your heart to me. Now, if you wish to give this energy to others, they must be receptive, first of all. If there is no receptiveness, then the messages that are giving are of no value. For there were many whom I gave messages to, but they did not listen. That is why your guides have told you long before, it is not about the message, but it is how it is received. So if you are willing to receive me, then I am willing to be a part of who you are as well. And I will work with you and I will work through you. But do not have any fear, only have love in your heart.
So two things there, Chase. The intention is key. Bringing through at a soul level, you must be committed to it. And number two, I'm just going to translate there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Be careful of what you're calling in, because when you're doing that, you are in fact opening a portal. And so when she's saying be of love, that's what you're focusing on, because that's what will come in.
Think only of the light. Think only of God. Think only of Goddess when you call me in, for I am a very strong energy.
Right.
And it will take time for you to get used to me and to try to understand the messages that I am giving to you. But listen closely. If you have ears, then hear. Thank you for receiving me.
Hi, Erin.
So let's see, Lisa Barnett asking, can you speak about the essences? Were you trained by them or part of them?
The Ascends, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. These, do you mean the Essenes? I think that's what she means. I think it was a typo.
And know them well. And know their knowledge well. They are a unique group of individuals, highly erudite, quite, I will say this, anal, highly clean about their bodies. They accepted only those that were well of body and mind. There could be no disease, there could be no illness, for they did not accept that. And you ask me if I was trained by them, I will tell you these things. Although their energies are of divinity as well, I did not like who they were in that lifetime. For it was Yeshua and myself who would go to the common people, those who had diseases, the poor, the malnutritioned, those of poor spirit, those of poor education. So if you ask me, was I trained by them? I will tell you no, but we knew of their teachings. They are similar, but at the same time opposite as well. Both I and Yesia, we were not trained by them, but we knew of their writings. And at times we did go to visit them as well. They lived in secluded places by themselves. They were very similar to your modern day monks, priests and priestesses. Very good question.
Yeah, it was a good question, actually. Because we don't know much about this at all, actually. So Joe and Marta want to know, did you go to India with Yeshua, and what did you guys do, and which Indian masters did you learn from? Great.
Joe and Marta.
Yes, Joe and Marta. We love Joe and Marta.
As I love them as well, for I love what they're doing. How they're expressing their humanity in a way that is different,
Yes.
but still of divinity, nevertheless. Now you ask if I traveled to India. No, I did not go there with him, for he went there by himself. And there he studied with the great masters.
This was before you met, right? And this time we're talking about
Yes, I understand.
this dimension and this time.
You wish to know names. I will not give you names at this time. But I will tell you this. For what Yeshua learned was also given to me.
He's in the Akash again. Or she's in the Akash. Collectively, they're in the Akash.
Bhagavad Gita, the great Buddhists. Those knowledges were given to him as well. To go inside of yourself. To know yourself is to truly know God. For these were the main teachings. To sit, to contemplate, and that it is not important to starve oneself to know God. You could eat and it is okay. You can drink, it is okay. But do everything in moderation. Find the golden mean. Although our messages were a little bit different, the goal was the same, to know your God through yourself by sitting, meditating, praying as well. And most importantly, the breath. For the breath is also life, and the breath is spirit. These are messages that I try to give also to those who would listen. But these messages were quite foreign, and they didn't like them. They did not understand these messages. So we and Yeshua tried to combine them together. And we did. Little by little, they started to understand. But I did not go to India with him, for he went there by himself and traveled.
Before you met, right? Or before you worked together.
Yes, that is correct.
Jeff wants to know, is Kuan Yin connected with Mary? And anything that could be said about that connection would be wonderful.
Kuan Yin is a goddess. Once a god. If you want to speak of divinity, of masculine and femininity becoming one, then that is a good example of it. For the Asian, they combined both the masculine and the feminine and referred to it as Kuan Yin. Is this energy connected to Mary? It is connected to the mother of Mary, which is motherly love as well. But it is also connected to me, for it is an energy that opens the heart to all those who are willing to receive. For Kuan Yin put her messages in poetry, in lines. And remember that the symbols that are representative in Chinese each symbol holds a frequency. Just like each word that you speak in your language holds a frequency. Make sure that the words that you say are always holy or divine. What you say into water will give back to you as well, for that everything that you are be of divinity as well. Kuan Yin tried to say these things through her poetry.
Terrible.
In a sense, yes. They were also a bit difficult to understand. But many would try to write the way she did. In that way, they could represent the goddess and divinity as well. Very good question.
Yeah, that's a great
Soul.
question. Chelsea wants to know about the earlier feminine temples in the Judea area, the Maris and so forth.
1 second, please. We know what she's getting at, and we know where she's going as well. I know what you're talking about, great priestess, your highness. As we had told you before, I will tell you this, as Mary of Magdala, that these great
Temples.
priestesses, you wish to know where this energy came from and this knowledge comes from. And I know this. I know what you're thinking, and I know what you're feeling. I can sense it. You know where the energy comes from. But do you wish me to say it? Would you like me to say it's of another planetary system? If you wish for me to say that it is of a galactic nature, then I will tell you this, that it is. Just like much of the energy that runs through you at this time is of galactic energy. Much of the energy that is running through both Renee and Anthony and all of you is also of a galactic energy. And you should know this, as I knew back then as well. It is okay to be connected to things that are unknown. Another very difficult message to give 2,000 years ago. But now I'm telling you this, those temples were of galactic nature. And the knowledge in which they contained was also given to priestesses of the Isis cult. But that is good. I know that you are understanding this and that you are already aware of it. Great priestess you are. It does not matter where it comes from, but it must be divine. Remember that. Whether it is of the earth realm, whether it is galactic, whether it is of the angelic realm, make the message divine and of love. And that is the most important thing, not the religion, but the message of unity, of feminine and masculine energies as one divine love.
Angel is asking, what is its purpose and why do we need it now? Angel, are you referring to COVID-19 or something else? Angel Emerging. I don't know if that's the last name or not, or a nickname. Angel, are you there? What is its purpose and why do we need it now? Okay, we can come back to that if you're not there.
I will speak to it.
Okay.
I will speak to why do we need the femininity? Why do we need the feminine energy?
Okay.
I am most happy to speak about that.
Okay.
Why do we need the feminine energy at this time? Well, we needed it back then too, but no one listened. But we need it even now, more so than ever, because humanity You are in control of what it is that you do to Gaia. For that Gaia has given very, very extremely enormous amounts of energy to sustain you. You cannot continue to take from her, for you are a part of her, for you need now to balance the feminine energy. And she is the most feminine of energies, isn't she? Balance it. Do not take from her, but give to her, nurture her. And you're starting to see that now, because everything has slowed down. You see the waters becoming clearer, the air is becoming clearer. You can hear bird song now like never before. The stars are clearer. You know, sometimes it is only through the dark that you can see the stars. The sky is becoming clearer now. I know I talk too much.
I will. So Tariq, to your thing about sending healing energy to New York, we're going to do a healing at the end of this. And so we will definitely include that collective healing energy from all of us and from our team to New York
Tariq, a brother.
when we do that healing.
Yes, a brother of Anthony's.
Yes, in a past life.
That is correct. They were many things together.
Okay, a question about the priestesses. What were the typical duties and gifts of the priestesses of that time?
What were the duties, the gifts of the priestesses back then?
Yeah, of that time.
The priestesses, I tell you this, they were the teachers. They were the healers of Isis. They were the main professors. They were the givers. They were the doctors, those that healed, those that would teach, the philosophers, the mathematicians. They did it all. This is why it was so secret and they could not be known. Everything was held in secrecy at that time. But here in this time, it is not necessary. For woman now is standing at the forefront. Hear her roar. Hear her voice. Let her be the teacher. Let her be the healer. Let her be the lover. Let her show divinity in her femininity. Let her power come forth as it does now. I apologize. I understand I'm a bit emotional. But during that time, the priestesses were everything that your male energies have become. But now your energies that are feminine are becoming more of these things. They are becoming equal. As it should be. Don't you think, Renee?
Speaking of feminine greatness, can you talk about the grandmother Anna? I don't know anything about this, and I don't think Anthony does, but can you tell us about the grandmother Anna?
1 second, please. 1 second, please.
Accessing the records. I'm curious myself. Great questions, really.
My mother.
Mother.
Mother Mary energy just came through.
Anna.
Anna.
My mother.
Ah, I didn't know that. So Anna is here.
I am not Anna. I am Mary, the mother.
Okay.
Anna was my mother.
Can you speak about her?
Yes,
Okay.
I did love her so. She didn't understand me too much, but that's okay. She was a good Jewish woman, stuck to her ways.
Traditional?
Yes, very traditional. But she understood us. She knew why I had to do what I needed to do. She understood why I studied against my father's wishes. Anna, my mother.
Was it against her wishes also?
I am Mary, the mother of Yeshua. It was not against her wishes. She had encouraged me as well.
But it was against your father's wishes.
Of course, yes.
Is it hard to come through?
No, it's not. I am so happy that you are doing this now. For I too represent divine feminine, but in a different way. More of one, of love, of giving to others, gratitude, gratefulness. That is who I am. Mary of Magdala is quite the energy, isn't she? As strong now, strong-willed now she was back then. Thank you for having me and asking that question. Mary of Magdala comes through again.
Okay. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
The energy is so gentle, just like completely the opposite. um,
You know, I told that woman many times
hello.
what my mission was with her son, and she knew it. Yes, she did know.
Okay, another question from Celestine. Just because we have like 40 questions here, I just want to make sure we get to a few people that are waiting who haven't asked one question yet, if that's okay. And then we can, because there's a lot of people who have questions here that we haven't gotten to. Was Yeshua a Druze instead of a Judaic? Sierra wants to know.
Say that one more time, please.
Was Jeshua a Druze instead of a Judaic?
He was raised as a true Jewish boy in the Jewish tradition. So no, he was not that energy. He was raised in a Judaic household, and he was given the Jewish Bible to read, the Torah. And he followed that along with his father, who was prominent in the community as well. But that is a very good question.
Continue. Do you have more questions?
Yeah, there's a couple people who were asking me to send something privately, but I can't figure out how to do it. Let's see. Feminine fire coming through. Oh, okay, awesome. Let's see. Emily, curious about sound healing and sound energy, especially with the voice.
Sound energy. The question is this.
That's from Emily.
You wish to know whether sound energy is healing. And I will tell you this, of course, for every phoneme, minimal unit of sound that you produce can be healing if you choose it to be. For sound carries a variety of different frequencies. And if you choose to connect with a frequency that vibrates very quickly, then yes, it is healing. And your scientists have already proven that. That is why I tell you this, that during our meetings, I encourage singing. For song was a big part of me as well, and a part of the priestesses with whom I learned and was a part of. So yes, song is very important. You know, the males didn't like it too much when I sang. When I sang with the other priestesses, they didn't like that. But we continue to sing because it brings up the frequencies and the vibrations of love. And of course, your instruments do the same thing if you choose. So always sing, sing. And the voice itself can also bring you closer to source energy. I hope that that answers your question, soul.
Actually, this is somewhat related from Crystal Caputo. Did you and Yeshua learn and use the energy healing modality of Reiki? Yay, we have some Reiki practitioners on the call. Were there other energetic healing practices that we would have access to in the modern world? Great question.
Now, you ask if we used energies as Reiki. We didn't call it Reiki at the time, but we used our hands, our fingers as Reiki to heal and to touch. We also looked at the areas that you refer to now as the chakras, the discs. We use those as well. We also use different things now that you call the meridians in your bodies, energy channels to heal. These are the things that we used that were not given to the other apostles. For they would ask me, what did Yeshua say to you that he did not say to me? And I would tell them a few things, but I would not tell them everything. Most of that which I said, most of which I learned, could not be said to them. I would not relate it to them, for they were not ready to hear it. As you are ready now to hear it, what is it that you can use now to help heal others? Well, of course, Reiki is one of them. Use your healing touch to heal them, to heal your clients, to heal whoever it is that you're with. Heal them with your hands. You all have the ability to do that. Heal them with your words. For the frequencies of words are healing as well. Heal them with your ears. Listen to them. Listen to their messages and guide them. You have so many different healing frequencies and modalities now, much more so than we did at that time.
Were some of these brought back from India, from some of the teachings?
Yes, of course they were. Your chakra areas, your meridians, all of the different points upon your body that can be massaged. Do you understand?
I do, 'cause I think,
Incenses, the stones
I
that are
think-
sacred as well.
I think Marta had a question related to that, which was about what kind of healing came back from, I can't find the question now, but I remember seeing it, what kind of healing came back
From India.
from India.
The Indian healings that came back.
Was that the chakra system?
Chakra systems, meridian systems, sacred senses,
Mm.
sacred perfumes, sacred words, sacred language.
Do you mean like the Sanskrit?
Yes, of course, the mantras.
The mantras and the chants.
What you call prayers, they call mantras. It's the same thing. The ability to manifest in ways that you have forgotten, they can do that. Now, 1 second, please.
Okay.
I know I've been talking a lot.
Well, there is another question that's.
Yes, please go ahead.
So Ingrid wants to know, and this is of interest to us as well. Can you please speak to the energies of Sophia as the Holy Spirit and how they differ from Isis energy? Great question.
Sophia is wisdom. The energy of Sophia.
And how that compares or differs from Isis energy.
Isis energy is an energy of knowledge, an energy of sexuality, feminine sexuality, the way one would connect male energy, feminine energy together. That is the Isis energy. The Isis energy is a very old energy and was given to you by your galactic family. However, Sophia is a different energy. You wish to know Sophia.
Christ consciousness. Connection.
I am the soul that once was Yeshua.
Yeah. So Yeshua is now here to speak.
You wish to know about Sophia,
Hmm.
for I love the energy of Sophia. Wisdom and connection between both the spirit and the soul. The Greeks often called it the nous.
Can you hear that okay? The Greeks often called it the nous.
But I would call it also Sophia, the wisdom that connected both the spirit and also the soul together. It is wisdom. But where it comes from, I would say it is of the Father. You would say now it is of the Mother. It doesn't matter that it comes from the Mother or the Father, for both are of love. Sophia is a love wisdom, a knowledge given to you directly from source energy, Father, Mother, God, Goddess.
Does it have anything to do with the nous that was written in the Gnostic Gospels and then the information that was left out and lost right after that passage? Do you know the piece that I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
When you explain the nous to Thomas.
They did not understand the separation, or that which connected both spirit and soul together.
Can you explain that to us?
You have two halves of your brain.
left and right. In the middle, you have something called the corpus callosum, that which communicates both right hemisphere to left hemisphere. The nous, or the Sophia wisdom, is what communicates both to spirit and to soul. It is the most outer portion of your auric field. It is what is contained within your auric field is your spirit. Beyond your auric field is your soul. What connects both your soul and your spirit together is that Sophia wisdom, or also referred to as nous. I give you the example that between both brains you have the big body, the corpus callosum. Without it, you cannot connect both hemispheres together. I am who I am, for I am the soul that once was Yeshua, and I took on the Christos energy. That was the prime energy that I took on, and it was both myself and Mary. You know, I loved her so. She truly is the divine feminine, and she has a story to tell now. And I am so happy that you and Anthony have taken on this job, this unique path to give our messages to those who are wishing to hear it. My peace I give to you. Take my peace. Hold it into your hearts and keep it there. If you wish to heal others during this time, know that my peace I give you. The energy of Christos I give unto you as well. And I am here for you. I have never left your sides.
Before you leave, the question.
And that is,
After the resurrection, did you or your Ka body go back to India and Miriam go back to France?
quite an interesting question. How could one come of such knowledge like that?
This is for you, Joe.
Joe, my brother, I hear you. You are correct in your assumption. I did go back to India, and I did show myself to my masters so that they could see what I have become, so that they too could give the message to their disciples, so they could take my energy and use it as well. Mary did go to France. She had to flee. There was a reason for that. I am who I am.
What was one of the reasons she had to flee?
For a baby was about to be born. She was only a few months pregnant. She knew that if she didn't leave, she and both the baby would not make it. They would be sought after, found, imprisoned, and tortured. So she left with her disciples the feminine disciples, the women, the priestesses.
So can you guys all hear that? That
They took hold of her. They guarded her.
so she was pregnant a few months when she left by boat to France, yes, with the women priestesses.
It wasn't easy, you know. So many of you now have not a difficult journey, but one that is much easier than the one that she took and the one that I took as well. Love each and every one of you.
Feel into the love energy that's being given now.
Make yourselves divine today. On this day, the resurrection of both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Make it so. Be of good cheer. Spread the gospel, the good news that you too are healers and that you too are of the goddess, and that there's no separation between who you are and who the mother is. Thank you for receiving my messages.
So Yeshua's energy is leaving now. Very, very gentle. That's so gentle.
He was quite the man. They say that he was much more gentle than I was. And he was.
Yeah.
But that is what made both he and myself the perfect female and male energy, woven together as one. As you...
Are you saying that I'm not gentle?
I like you, Renee, and I told you that from the beginning when I first came through.
We're public here.
I see that. When I first came through, I came through and I said, you look a lot like me.
Yeah.
It wasn't only because of that, it is because your energy was very similar to mine. Now, with this, it is time for me to leave. We have song.
We do have fun.
That must be sung. You must celebrate. Celebrate who you are. Do not forget that you are of divinity. Remember your femininity. For all of the male energy out there as well. For it is the female
That is the prime source energy. Use it and be one with it. For all of the female energies, I give myself to you. I give you who I am in this time, at this time, in this time. I give myself to you. Please call me, ask for me, and I will come. I am Mary of Magdala. Remember that.
So one just thing before you leave, I do just want to address this because the question was, why did Yeshua's real teachings not get written down at the time? They did. Much of them did get written down, and that is the Gnostic Gospels that we were talking about. These were the writings that were found in the cave in 1945.
They were actually found in the 1800s, but they were not known until the 19th century.
Yeah, so a lot of those
20th
are
century.
written, and we can send you the links to that. And in fact, we're doing a course on the Gnostic teachings led by Yeshua and Mary, an online Zoom course. We're going to be doing that for a month.
And I will be
4
coming
weeks.
forth, won't I?
You will be to help teach that. It's going to be for 4 weeks on Wednesday nights, right? I think.
It is time for me to leave.
Yes. So that we have all the writings actually. We've been getting them from all over the world. Some of the writings that are actually have been hard to find and are out of print. So we have those, and that's part of what we're going to be teaching in more depth, right?
That is correct. And I told you this, and I will tell you again. You are a great teacher, and you are a great healer, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I will call in now, or I should say this, I will allow their spirit guides to step forth. I will simply step back, for I too am a part of your spirit team.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You do look a lot like me. A bit prettier too.
We're still public here. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Okay, she's leaving. They often forget when we are in a public forum. So our guides are now back now.
What a wonderful energy she is, isn't she?
She is
She is always the force to be reckoned with.
She's a strong
She
energy.
is beautiful in all ways. Now, what we would like to do is we would like to hear the singers.
Yes.
However, before we leave, we will give you a transmission.
Yeah.
We will give you ourselves, all of who we are. We make up many. We are of the angelic realms. We are of the galactic. We are of the ascended masters. And we are of the elementals. They don't play very nicely sometimes, but they too are of love.
So if you're open to receiving, and only at a soul level will you know this, but if you're open to receiving, they would like to give a transmission now of love. And some codes they downloaded to us last night.
We thank you for receiving us. Thank you for being a part of who we are. Thank you for being the light that you truly are on this planet. Please give this light to others and share it at this time. You are all healers. You are all teachers of great wisdom. Because if you were not, you would not be here at this time. And with that, we give you our peace, our love. We give you all of who we are. And we understand how difficult it is. But know this. We are here for you. We have never left your sides. May the goddess be all that you are. May you know your divine light within you. I am who I am. Elohim, as well as you are. You are not separate from me. I give you all that I am, for you are who I am as well.
They're leaving now. Anthony's back. More or less.
Oh. Oh.
More or less, he's back.
Hello, everybody.
Anthony's back.
I'm glad, I'm kind of glad that they wanted to leave too, because I wanted to listen to the music. I just personally wanted to enjoy it as me, and I wanted to celebrate all of you, and I want to celebrate the music that's going to come through, and I want to celebrate the light that all of you truly are, and what they show me as all of you as being these incredibly beautiful light beings.
Yeah.
So
Teachers, healers,
yeah.
now we all know that this is the time that really we've been waiting for. At a soul level, you realize that, right? You realize that this is our time to step up. And while others are plugging into fear and uncertainty, this is the time we plug into love and these higher vibrations.
Those were really great messages too. Great questions you had.
Yeah, amazing questions, man. I wish we could get to all of them, but if you're, interested in going super deep with the Magdalene stuff, we are going to do a 4-week online Zoom course on it. So,
and she will definitely come through.
Yeah. So,
did we now go to one of our singers?
Yes, we should go to Sarah. So I'm going to, so if you guys can, we're just going to do 2 songs. And, I know maybe it was a long session, so some of you have to leave, but hopefully if you don't have to leave, please stick around, because their voices are incredibly healing, and they're both original songs that they're going to be singing. So just mute your mic, and I'm going to pin Sarah, and then Sarah's also going to tell you about her, I'll just let her take over, why she wrote it and what the symbolism today. I'm going to mute us right now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for that transmission and all of the love and the wisdom, and from all of the places that it came. Um, the theme of listening, she spoke to a lot, and I feel like I'm a devotee of my inner ears, and so this came to me as I was eating some spaghetti after Renee invited me to sing. So this is for all of our inner our sacred inner ears, and for the Magdalene, the voice of the Magdalene in all of us. Listen to what the ladies say. Listen to what the ladies say. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Listen to what the ladies say. Listen to what the ladies say. Well, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Listen to what the ladies say. Listen to what the ladies say. Well, I'm coming home to my body. I'm coming home to my soul. I'm coming home to my spirit, and my voice will lead the way as I move mountains. And my voice will lead the way as I move mountains. And my voice will lead the way as I move mountains.
It's only got 3%. Let's go plug it in. Let's go plug in. Let's go plug this in.
Yay, that was amazing.
That was worth waiting for.
Yes. Yes.
Plug it in.
That is the divine feminine stepping into her body, her spirit, and her soul.
Yes,
Woo!
most definitely. So appropriate.
Yeah.
It's there. I love that.
Thank you, Goddess. We love you. And now we're going to, I guess we're going to have Deb take it home.
Yeah, that's right. Take it
Yeah,
home.
that was
Woo.
beautiful, Sarah. Thank you so much for that.
So beautiful.
We love you so much.
Amazing.
Okay. I got to get better at this Zoom thing. Okay. Let's find where in this. There she is. Hang on. I got to pin you, girlfriend. Hang on.
Okay, I unmuted. Oh, I think someone who has a child might want to mute.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah.
The child is coming through,
Christine,
yelling.
I think it's Christine's baby, maybe.
Yes, that's good. The enthusiasm is there. I trust the kids. Thank you so much, Sarah. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So if everyone can mute now, that would be helpful, and we'll mute ourselves as well. Can everyone see Deborah? Deborah Crooks on guitar.
All right.
Also an original, right?
Yeah, this is a song I wrote a while back, probably more than 15 years ago, and I was traveling. I'd been a lot. I was definitely in a serious seeking mode, and I had been in India for a while, and I came back and was struck by how many different traditions use ashes on their forehead and to signify a lot of things. So while I was raised Catholic, I don't have, and that lineage is in me. That's not really present so much right now. And I was thinking more of the universality of this, and then also because it's about how we go forth after we lose people, or or who we carry with us forward, whether it's spirit guides or Mary Magdalene that give us courage when we go on through life. So it's called Adding Water to the Ashes, and I want to thank you for having me. And hopefully it comes through okay. I'm going to try it as far as the audio business. I can see you standing by the doorway, barefoot and angry and graceful all the same. You knew things then I couldn't yet tell, the touch of earth. And music always filled your house, and I remember there about living. And though the past is just the past, I've gone back to that old fire. I'm adding water to the ashes. I made a cross out of our love. I'm smudging my forehead to erase my doubt. I'm adding water to the ashes. I'm adding water to the ashes. Sometimes a candle is all you need. The cry of a rooster, a marigold seed. The belief in something being born anew. Though I grew up and I taught her, and I'm my father's daughter, you love me well, knowing the damage. So I'm adding water to the ashes. I made a cross out of our love. I'm smudging my forehead to erase my doubt. I'm adding water to the ashes. I'm adding water to the ashes. You taught me something I won't ever forget, how to find God in my darkest night. That don't mean it don't come back around. That don't mean I ain't living without fright. But I knew better than to ask you to stay. I knew you liked to ride away, the ocean by your side and the wind in your face. Free, but if I could, I'd be right there by, clinging tight without any pride, just to be close to your embers. That is yesterday now. So I'm adding water to the ashes. I made a cross out of our love. I'm smudging my forehead to erase my doubt. I'm adding water to the ashes. I'm adding water to the ashes. I'm smudging my forehead. I'm adding water to the ashes. I'm adding water to the ashes. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much.
Bravo, bravo. So beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my God. We love you, Deborah.
That was beautiful.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh my God. That was amazing. You have to have music. We always have to have music. For sure, right?
So this is one of the parts, my favorite parts, and this is when we all take our favorite our favorite water or wine or whatever it is that you have,
Yeah.
and we make a toast.
Yeah. So we are doing a nice oaky Chardonnay.
This is California, by the way.
Yes.
Whatever it is that you want to toast to. First, I want to make a toast to all of the beautiful souls that are getting together during this time that we're all coming together in community, and we're really showing what it is to be of a very high vibrational light and high vibrational frequencies of love. And that love comes in so many different forms and comes from so many different places, but it's still love nevertheless. And that's what I want to make a toast to. Here's to all of you, all the beautiful feminine energies too.
Yes. And even having love and finding love, as we learned in Japan, finding love in the void.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's different cultures who express love in a different way. And so let's embrace all of those cultures, right? And not be separate, and know that we are all connected. We just share it and express it in a different way.
Cheers.
Cheers to divine love in all of you. Happy Easter. Oh my God, we love all of you.